Okay, so we're back live now. It is now 2:46.
Okay, thank you, Dave. Actually, before we with the voting, I just wanted to just state for the record that I'm actually serving as the chair in the absence of Leslie Aguero. I just want to state that for the record. Okay, so moving on now to action 5.1 for the committee to vote on the recommendation for tenure for Dr. Perry Pangilinan, Assistant Professor of Library Science. Okay, I'd like to call for a vote. Are those in favor of the
Can we make a motion first?
I move to recommend and present to the board for approval tenure for Dr. Perry J.C. Pangilinan, Professor of Library Science.
And I second the motion.
Okay, all those in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, all those opposed? Okay, the ayes have it, and the motion carries unanimously to recommend Dr. Pangilinan for tenure. Okay.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And just for the record, Dr. Perry Pangilinan is on Zoom. I don't think he needs to say anything, but just be aware that he is.
Okay,
Thank you.
all right. Advance congratulations then to Dr. Pangilinan. All right. Moving on to 6.0 announcements. We do have one information item. 6.1, the administrator negotiation team for 2023 to 2028 Board of Regents Faculty Union negotiating agreement.
So, Madam Chair and Regents, the current Board of Regents Faculty Union agreement expires this year. And it is time for us to enter into the process of negotiations. The board administration will have their own representatives who will be meeting with representatives from the union, the faculty union board. We have identified, with the president's blessings, the representatives from among our administrators. We have doctors Liu Dean, James Salmon, Lori Rumundo, and Charlene Santos. And of course, General Counsel and I will be part of that, but we also have alternates from among some of our other deans in the event that someone needs to step out for some reason. Yeah, but Dr. Liu Dean is basically leading discussions with Dean's Council on Thursday afternoon, so that so that those conversations have begun. I know that we do have Dr. Barbara, who is the faculty union board, faculty union board president, who's also on the call.
Right. So on the faculty union side, then it's Dr.
I don't know.
He has his hand
Yes.
raised if you'd like to recognize Dr. Barbara's presence to speak.
Okay. Okay. Dr. Barber, if you are available, can you elaborate on the team for the faculty union?
Yes, so
Can you put your audio? Thank you.
yeah, so within the faculty union, we're still forming our team. We have basically, as I understand it, we have the discussions on the modalities, the negotiations on the modalities and how we'll do this go forward. We're looking at 5 members with an alternate, to come up to the board union agreement allows from 4 to 6 members. And so we were actually considering 5 members with 1 alternate. And we can engage in discussions going forward on that, but we still have not yet fully identified our members who are going to be on this. But yeah, we've also been meeting and coming up with quite a few lists of things that we want. I expect this to be a lengthy negotiation process. And so we will.
Hang on, Dr. Barber, sorry to interrupt. Is it possible to make the make it bigger? I can't. I can't live here. I'm at the end and I'm shouting. So I'm not sure if there's a way we can increase the volume on.
I can speak louder. I have my volume turned up as loud as I can. Does this help some, maybe?
Or could it?
No, I don't.
I don't think so.
Said
Can
it's a
you,
team,
can you understand?
said it's a team of 5, that's an alternate.
Yeah.
That's all he said.
All right. Okay. Sorry.
Sorry,
But if the rest can hear, then you can continue.
well, I don't at this point have much more to say. The modalities of how many members will comprise the team and stuff like that, we would probably have to sit and negotiate with the administration on. Between now and March 20th. And we haven't had those discussions yet. And I guess we will be proceeding with it as we continue to find people willing to, because this will be a lengthy set of negotiations. And so we're trying to find faculty that are willing to commit the time.
Everyone understood, then I'm going to have to confer with.
And then, Madam Chair, on behalf of the president and the senior vice president, Dr. Barber, I think the memo was sent to you earlier this morning, late morning, just expressing in writing that the administration would like to address a negotiation in writing. So that has been sent, I think, this morning, Bob. I don't know if you have access to email.
Got it.
Okay, so we're good. That's part of the requirements.
Okay, all right. Okay, so the process is underway now. Okay.
Yes.
And regarding, the faculty union, I mean, we just had gone through the grievance, and there was some mention regarding the, revisiting some sections of the faculty union with the bylaws. And so is a review of the bylaws going to be done in tandem too?
That's part of the negotiation.
As part of the negotiations, right?
You mean the faculty union agreement, not the bylaws.
Okay.
The bylaws is BOR bylaws. So you're talking about the union agreement.
Well, yeah, no, the
Oh,
faculty
okay.
union agreement, but during agreements, there were some areas where there was conflict between faculty union and the bylaws, or no, I'm sorry, the policies and procedures, regarding academic freedom. So are provisions of the policy and procedures going to also be reviewed in tandem with the faculty union agreement?
That's part of the union agreement.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
That's if there's a true conflict between the agreement and and essentially our existing policies and procedures. So there have to be a conflict first. And then we would try to basically either have the agreement right now, the language of the agreement, if there is a conflict. Okay.
right.
If there is a conflict, the language of the agreement states that the agreement would supersede or have priority over the conflicting language, but there would have to first be that conflict.
Right.
Okay, it would have to be an actual conflict, not an alleged conflict, not a possible conflict, an actual conflict that the court would look at and say, yes, that's a true conflict.
Right.
So, and it's during this negotiation process that if we have any of these policies that are or would be actual conflicts, that we would have the opportunity to either amend the agreement so there isn't a conflict or have the agreement supersede such conflicting language. Thank you.
And Dr. Barber has his hand raised.
Yes,
Yeah.
the union perceives there are multiple conflicts, and it's the obligation to correct the RRPM or the new policy manuals to fall in compliance with both the existing agreement and previous agreements. But we intended to strengthen in the negotiations, we tend to strengthen these areas where there are conflicts in the agreement. And imagine as we're rewriting the policy manuals outside of this agreement negotiations, that those policies will be corrected to fall in compliance with agreement. It's the union's stance on this. The attorney is correct. The union's agreement trumps the policy, and the policies haven't been updated since 2020 in many cases. And that's where the problem lies, is in correcting the policies, not in correcting the agreement. But we plan on strengthening in some of these identified areas as the faculty hope.
All right. I'll review the transcripts. Yes. Anyway, okay, so do we have any other concerns, by any of the other committee members? Okay, if there aren't any concerns, then, I guess,
I move to adjourn.
And I second the
good
motion.
idea. Okay, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, all opposed? Okay, the ayes have it, meeting adjourned. Ah, 2:56.
So the meeting has been adjourned. We can stop live, YouTube and live stream and recording. Thank you.